Test, test.
In a small town in Slovenia is a club with big dreams. With worldwide involvement, Tabor has become a must-watch. The highs of winning and the pain of defeat. Everyone together in heart and in purpose. This is a new season, and the goal is clear.
Well, good morning and welcome everybody to another wonderful game of Tabor football. I say good morning from Texas in the United States. That's where I'm from. I'm your broadcaster, Kyle Ship. As man, we're gonna have a great. It could be late morning for you. It could be early afternoon or even evening, depending on where you're from. As boy, we've got a worldwide audience and excited to be here this afternoon. Hey, let's give you the starting lineup for Tabor as Dennis Zeriali riding a 2-game clean sheet streak back in goal. Anel Zulich, the big man that was our man of the match last week with a goal and a great defensive performance. Stanislav Krapukin notches his first goal on Wednesday. We're excited for his upcoming goals. Antonio Majsinic going to be roving up and down the sidelines. Gabbard Dobrovolets is going to be starting in the back line. Jan Kreintz back on the side as he's got 2 goals this season. Stanislav Petkov in the middle. Mihail Brishki, the captain's going to be anchoring the back. Josip Marinitz, one of the men who is slotted to be getting the ball to the goal scorers in the starting lineup. Teusz Pokorn, one of the men with all the experience brought in to elevate this team, and Luka Barutza, the man who does a lot of the hard, dirty work, as I've got a YouTube video coming up about that soon for you. But boy, as we are ready to get started, we're going to get the coin flip. Hey, once again, guys, my name is Kyle Ship. I'm excited to be here with you. Hey, reach out to me on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. On Instagram, I'm at Kyle Ship. YouTube is at Captain's Call Broadcasting. That's my broadcasting, we'll call it company. Why not? As boy, excited to be able to be here and be able to get this opportunity to get rolling. We're going to call out some of the Krško players as we go. Krško with 1 win and 1 draw. They drew against Jesenice, and they took a victory to start things off against Primorje. As it looks like the feed that we're going to be using does not have, doesn't have a... Oh boy, they're gonna have so I'm gonna turn that. You'll forgive me, man. We're kind of playing catch up here. I was at work, so for those of you that know me, you know that we do I do this kind of as a passion and love doing it. Love broadcasting, calling the play-by-play, especially for our Tabor fellas. Running in from work, so got everything set up as quickly as I possibly could. As we're about to get started, I'll get a scoreboard up for you soon. I typically, when we use this feed, they've got a scoreboard for us. I want to make sure that they're not going to pop that up here momentarily. But I'll get the clock started on my end, so at the very least, we'll know what time it is. I'll call that out should we not have that. As we are up and running now. And there's the scoreboard. All right, good stuff. As getting things started, so going to go to Kreintz on the outside. Tabor off to a hot start. Illyria, kind of a surprise team with 3 victories and a +9 goal differential, really aided by a 6-0 victory last week. As Tabor trying to get things started off, trying to go through the midfield here. So you'll forgive me. I'm going to have to turn the game audio down just a little bit with a broadcaster, and I'm glad they've got a Slovenian broadcaster on the stream for them. This is a big game. Krško, typically one of those teams that sits mid to kind of mid upper table. Tabor obviously 5th for 2 years in a row, and they're looking to extend that. Nice ball down the side. Here comes Kreintz. Kreintz coming down the side. Can he get a little bit of space? Backs off now. Back towards the middle, Baruzza gets his pocket picked coming from way behind. Flicked over the top. Baruzza's now got a chance to run in as he's going to have to play a little bit of defense and just going to be conceded for the throw. So Tabor with some positive movement already. Krein's going to throw the ball in. And Petkov dancing in and out. Now he's surrounded by 3 defenders, tries to get it into Krapukin, and it's going to get bounced away for a throw. As Tabor now kind of building in the back is nice and slow. And quite frankly, with Tabor's offensive abilities, I'm not sure we're going to see Krško really trying to push too much of the issue up high. One of the things that we saw from Triglav really pushing up high, but it opened the game up so much. For those of you that were watching with us last Friday, it was a great game. And for those that like action in a match, boy, you had all kinds of it as the midfield kind of got skipped over a lot. It was just back and forth, long balls to the edges, and then scoring opportunities. And then Tabor takes advantage on the weekend with a 9-0 victory against NK Komen in the Slovenian Cup. Komen, the 4th division team that unfortunately took the brunt of the firepower from Tabor. For those of you that follow me on social media, I always post a man of the match. The man of the match for Wednesday was actually the opponent's goal, because after just getting drilled with 9 goals, it was still standing at the end of the match. As a corner coming from Tabor, Marinic's going to set up, comes across low liner, going to be headed away before it even gets to a red shirt and going to bounce away. But Korn's just going to send it all the way back to Zeriali as Tabor trying to retain possession. It's one of the things that we know about this Tabor team is they want to hold on to the ball. They want to have the ball. They want to put pressure on you. And when you get the ball, they're going to press you high and try and take as much of the pressure off of the back line as possible. As Dobrovolits steps in, Dobrovolits, one of the first team signees. Krapukin's got a chance. It pushes the defender in the back. Defender's going to lose it. Is now coming around. Boy, Krapukin, it's one of those things. I got a chance to message Stanislav Krapukin this week and told him congratulations on his first goal. And I know he's had a couple that were really close, and some were blocked, some bounced off posts. I know he's been a little bit disappointed in that, but he told me that um, uh, that one of his favorite strikers, famous strikers by the name of Ruud van Nistelrooy. I say that not that I don't know who that is, but just saying, his favorite striker, Ruud van Nistelrooy, said that goals are like ketchup. Sometimes you wait and wait and wait, and they never come, and then all of a sudden they come all at once. So I'm betting that we're going to see a whole bunch coming all at once from Krapukin. As Majsinic is, boy, a nice back heel from Majsinic. And he's going to get it across. As now Marinic sends it in, headed away. You saw Krapukin break into the goal, Kreinz break into the goal. So already, we're only 5 minutes into this match, and we're already seeing a lot of pressure from Tabor on the goal. Dobrovolits sends it forward, and coming back to it is Kreinz. Kreinz gets a little push in the back. Ball's a little heavy coming off of his foot, and it's going to go over to Krško. Krško, a 2-1 victory over Primori in the first game of the season, and then a 1-1 draw with Jesenice. Krško here on their home turf, looking to try to make some waves and climb the table. Even though we're early in the season, we talk about it. Every point matters. It's a big game for Tabor against another team towards the top of the table with high expectations. I don't know if Krško is. I think at the beginning of the season, everyone wants to promote. I'm not sure if Krško is in the position to really push for that, but they're always a team that is difficult and is going to finish kind of mid-table, and those mid-table teams can give you problems if you're not ready for them. Zulic tries to go down, can't get the ball as it's going to bounce around. Now heads in, and a right-footed flick on is going to go up and over the goal. That's going to be Bachan Gabriel up and over the goal. And Zeriali is going to go retrieve it, get things started off. Zulic going to start with the ball at his feet, probably move it back over to Zulic or to Zeriali. It does. Now Zeriali sends it down well past the midway stripe. Header is going to be won by one of the Krško back line. And now Krško looking to move the ball forward. Dobrovolt's there to send it away, but one back by those bright green shirts. My broadcast logo is a bright green logo, so I am partial to bright green. Not today. Don't worry, I won't get mixed up, but do enjoy the bright green. As Tabor wearing they're all reds. Good looking new uniforms for them. Great kits from Tabor as ball's going to get sent all the way back to the keeper. You see Barutza really putting pressure on. Luka Barutza does a lot of the dirty running, and here it comes again, trying to force the mistakes. We've seen a couple mistakes already, and Barutza is a man that will get in the middle of things, especially high on the pitch, and will create some mistakes, will take some balls away. That's already led to a couple of goals and even a couple of other really good chances that I think the longer this season goes on, the more those chances turn into goals as the team continues to sharpen up. As a long ball sent in, and Kreint's going to head it away. One back, though, by Krško, and so Krško retains possession, and they're going to drop it all the way back, recycle possession back in their own end. Trying to break a couple of lines, sends it right up the middle. Tabor remain in good position. And an errant pass goes all the way out to Kreintz. Kreintz looking forward. Barutza, or excuse me, that's going to be Krapukin. A nice job from Krapukin and Kreintz as Krapukin running to the near side. Boy, gets his foot on it and would have brought it back. The defender slides and knocks it out. Otherwise, Krapukin maybe looking at a one-on-one. So a nice piece of defense, but boy, some really positive forward play. As we saw, the goal last week was set up from a long ball from Zulich to Chades down the line. And then I think we're starting to see that Tabor really utilizing that long ball, trying to break lines and get in, is now Krško. Krško takes the ball away. Some fancy passing is going to get down the line. And hey, for those of you that were watching last week, I appreciate the help with the audio as got some situations figured out and continuing to learn production. I enjoy doing the play-by-play, and so really trying to improve the production over here with audio, video, everything. So thanks for your help, as it's always a community effort here at Tabor. Gonna take a little bit of time. Boy, it's amazing. We're just 9 minutes into this match. It feels like there's been a lot of action to this point. There's always moments where the game's going to slow down. It's got to happen at some point. Otherwise, there's not going to be enough subs on the field for everybody that needs to come off. Dobrovolit's trying to get forward. Wins a throw as he goes to ground. And we'll get the throw in once again. So Kreintz goes forward looking for Barutza. Petkov's going to take a ball, or a Krško player to the back. And now Barutza, boy, Barutza gets a push. The official says up and Adams says no foul there. A header back from Dobrovolits, and really nice midfield play as Briški is going to get called for the foul. And Briški's just trying to tell him, hey, I got you, giving him the thumbs up. For those of you that have watched a lot or have been to matches in person, Mihail Briški and the officials have what we can call a tense relationship. Briški plays the role of the captain well. He's going to put pressure on the official and make the official really defend his actions. So lining up for the free kick, Tomasz Katruj, Zakrushek. Apologize. Tomasz Zakrushek. Zakrushek comes in right foot. Everybody's going to run in as he's going to go right for goal, though. Zariali is going to be right there, wondering if maybe he was looking for a little bit of a deflection on that, as boy, really looked like he was heading right to goal, maybe trying to get a ball to bounce off one of the members of the wall. But nonetheless, Zariali picks it up and gets things restarted. It's Tabor back around. Boy, Barutza slips in the middle of the field, and now the ball kind of out. Now moving up towards the top, Zulich going to move forward. Zulich looking for a long ball. Boy, is a good-looking ball, but steps in the way. It's going to be the Krško defender. I believe that's going to be Zalokar Marco. Excuse me, I apologize. Marco Zalokar. Read it backwards there as Zalokar does a great job stepping in, taking the long pass away. And now Krško trying to work in the middle. You see Petkov putting pressure on, not allowing the midfielder to have the ball for too long. Is some, to this point, what we've seen just 12 minutes in. Good feet in the midfield from Krško. So after a really heavy onslaught for about 6 minutes, Tabor weren't really able to get a shot towards goal, but really put a lot of pressure and had some good runs into the box. Krško now evening that out a little bit in a very similar manner, as they haven't put a ton of pressure on yet, but have held the ball and really starting to create some possession and looking to create chances early on in this game. Each team trying to prevent the big run early, as a nice ball down the line is controlled. Kreinz in defense. Cross coming in. Header is going to go away. Nice header away for Tabor. And now Mycinic is just going to clear the ball out and get the ball out of that 18. Came to his feet, but a nice move forward from Krško, and a really nice play down the near side on that long pass. As you can see, held up, and when the ball hit here, definitely thought that it was going to go out and go out for a goal kick. There's now another header from that Krško midfield, gets into the back line of Tabor, but one back, and Kreinz to Dobrovolts to Zulich, and now Mycinic looking to come forward. He's going to have to slow the ball up a little bit. Barutza in the middle. You really see is, and coming forward, a nice move forward by Dobrovolts. Dobrovolts to the outside to Kreinz. As Kreinz sends the ball in, deflected and knocked away by the keeper at the last minute. But you saw Krapukin coming underneath. It's going to be a corner from Tabor. And a nice move. Boy, that move across the field to Dobrovolts, and Dobrovolts on a really nice run coming forward, adding another attacker. And a great job from Tabor. Let's get a good look at it here real quick. Barutza sees Dobrovolts coming forward, and that's what allowed Kreinz to break down the side. Mycenic's coming in with a left-footed in-swinger. It's going to go to the back post. Header in and in the goal! Mihail Brishki hit the back post. Tabor goes up 1-0. And a great set from Mycinic. Boy, a great piece comes into the back post, and the captain, Mihail Brishki, with the goal. Boy, as you can see the setup, all the Krško, look at all of the green that's right in the middle of the 6-yard box. Only Krapukin is there. Everybody else is going to run in, creates a little bit of chaos. And boy, not only that, how about Brishki? Brishki has two men on him, one in front, one behind, and even beats the keeper near post. Mihail Brishki, what a great job from the captain, as Tabor takes a 1-0 lead 15 minutes into this matchup. And that's the start that Tabor is looking for. Get those goals early and often. And one of the things that early goals are going to do is it's going to open the game up. It's not going to allow some of these teams to sit back and try and play a block on Tabor. You're going to force them to have to score. As a ball through the lines, and Zeriali comes up, slides forward. Nice job. A nice ball forward. Zeriali coming out with a lot of confidence, certain of where he's going with that ball. As the goal scorer, Brishki, out to Dobrovolts. Dobrovolts sends the ball forward. Kreinz, can he control? A nice job battling off a defender. Krapukin's coming in the middle. Can Kreinz get to him? Kreinz comes back to the middle as Marinic tries to send the ball forward. It gets blocked and sent away. Marinic with the left foot, and looks like it's going to go off the face of the Krško player as he's down. Well, maybe not the face. He's holding a different area altogether. As he's down. But a nice play forward as Kreintz with an absolute physical battle. And we saw this. Kreintz physically is starting to grow. He's still a young guy. He's starting to grow into kind of that man size a little bit. Yeah, as Marinic with the left-footed shot in goes off of one of those midfielders. They're going to give the ball back to Tabor as the drop ball, and Tabor is going to get things started by dropping it all the way back to Brishke. Krško comes out trying to get that line forward. Now Zulic comes way down the pitch out to Mycinic. Mycinic sends the ball in looking for, well, who is it? Petkov. Krapukin sends the ball forward. Petkov, boy, just a little bit off the foot. As another onslaught by Petkov and Krapukin. Krapukin gets a ball in low, kind of rolling, a tough angle for a Krapukin, and then a difficult bouncing ball for Petkov trying to put the ball in the back of the net. As Krapukin to Barutza, Petkov to Barutza, that ball bounces around a little bit, give you a chance to take a look at what happened. So there's Krapukin, comes across and the foot from the keeper, and boy, just a difficult ball. An opportunity, but a difficult one for Petkov, and so we continue on. Krško trying to move the ball forward. As Krško in the middle, surrounded by Tabor players. As the ball is going to get sent back out to one of the defenders. Pokorn, boy, gets it to Marinic, and Marinic winds up having to battle off a defender. Kept pulling the jersey, pushing him over. Marinic holds strong, though. It was Dobrovolec to Brishke. What Dobrovolec looked like he had to come out and, as a dangerous pass. Ball gets away from Zeriali, or excuse me, Zeriali, ball gets away from Pokorn, and coming forward, that's going to be Shintic. So Shintic does a great job with a rocket towards the goal, but right at Zeriali, and a dangerous play from Tabor. Zintic at times going to take down Pokorn. Shoot, that's not Pokorn. Who is that? I apologize. I believe that's actually going to be Marinic. So Marinic goes down, and now Zintic is getting a conversation from the official. And Brishke going to get things started. Zulic coming way forward. They're going to give Zulic a lot of space. Zulic down to Marinic. Marinic has a lot of room as Krško calling for offside, but the ball's going to be out anyway, and they are eventually going to put up the flag for offside.
Krka je recimo skromno krenila v novo sezono. 1 točka na
as Krško
Primorje. 3 točke na 3 tekmah.
off the restart, drops the ball all the way back to the keeper.
Triglav 3 točke na 2.
And going to be bounced around a little bit, way up in the air. Brishke is going to send the ball way back in. Oh my goodness, that ball shows how far in the air that was. Brishke gets enough on that header. And Krško now. Krško trying to get on the break. Kreintz. Anytime you see Kreintz open up at full speed, he is definitely one of the faster players on this team. Kreintz has grown over the last couple of years. His ball sent forward. Barutza in the middle. Boy, started to go for Mycinic. Pulls it off, and ball out to Marinic. Is a little bit errant, but Marinic does a great job. Wins the ball back. At least gets it out of a problematic situation. Running towards the side. Winds up having to try to get it away, and it gets taken away by Krško. And now Krško on the attack. Sends it forward. Brishke, man on the spot, though we've talked about it before. Brishke tends to be in the right spot at the right time. Marinic gets out playing a little bit of defense against Bachan. When they're going to call a foul on Marinic. Marinic not really all that thrilled. Looks over, has a conversation with the assistant referee on the side. And a spot kick from Krško. They're going to get the free restart here. Tabor going to set up a 2-man wall. Zeriali is going to move him over just a little bit. Just outside the penalty spot now is going to be all the Krško and Tabor players, red and green like it's Christmas. A left-footed in-swinger for Krško towards the goal, headed away. Dobrovolec wins the first header. Second header is going to be won by Majsinic as Krško tries to send it back in. Pokorn is just going to make sure he's going to stand over that ball and watch as it rolls over. And we'll get restarted. 21 minutes in. Zeriali is going to pick the ball up, slowly walk over. You can see a high press coming from Krško, trying to find a way to pin this Tabor team back and not just give them free run at the goal. But here comes a long ball forward, and boy, a little bit too low. Going to be knocked away by defender Zakrajšek. So Zakrajšek knocks it away, and then eventually a throw is going to be won for Tabor. Pokorn drop the ball back. They're going to go all the way to Zeriali and get things restarted from the back. As Tabor would love to get a little bit more offense, add another goal here in the next 10 minutes or so, and really begin to put some pressure on Krško. The ball sent forward. Krapukhin looking to try to get away. He's got a little bit of an angle. Now he's one-on-one with the keeper. Krapukhin goes to the near post. Right on cue. Stanislav Krapukhin with another goal. Tabor goes up 2-0, and what a run from Stanislav Krapukhin as the big goal scorer does what he was brought in to do, scores a goal. Boy, you see this. How about Dobrovolec is going to get started off with a great pass forward. It's going to get knocked around, and then the assist comes, and here's Krapukhin. This is what we talk about, the experience and the physicality. Krapukhin gets a great touch, gets the ball out in front of him, is able to get around the corner on the defender, and after that, the defender either has to give up a red and a penalty, or it's one-on-one with the keeper, and Stanislav Krapukhin is going to win one-on-one with the keeper every single time. Tabor 2-0. As we are back up and running, Krško already now with their backs against the wall. Barutza is going to put a lot of pressure on the keeper. Ball's going to get sent forward, and now back a little bit of head tennis at midfield. Marinic dives in as Shintic is able to sidestep Marinic, but as the ball bouncing back and forth, a foul on Tabor. And 2-0 already early in this game, 24 minutes in. Krško, one of the things that the coaching staff has to be telling them is you've got plenty of time. You got to keep playing, but boy, you also have to find a way to solidify that back defense. If you're going to press high, what just happened is what's going to happen. And now here comes Petkov moving forward. Petkov moves the outside, and a nice defensive play. I believe that's Zakrajšek. Zakrajšek with a nice defensive play to prevent the break. Kreins comes up, though, and hits a ball off of, I think, the aforementioned Zakrajšek. Wins the throw, and now a ball down towards the corner. Camera doesn't really keep up, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it. Looks like it's going to be a throw to Krško, though. It's like we talked about, is now in 2 matches. Krapukhin with 2 goals. He was brought in to score those goals. How about a foul and a nice job as Tabor are going to win the foul. Barutza gets to the outside, and again, Barutza doing the dirty work, earns the foul. Not necessarily in a position that I think he was going to be able to get a great cross, and he's running away, steps over the defender, and the defender, in throwing that foot in there, winds up getting the foul. As 2 players coming over to stand over the ball, Marinic and Majsinic. That's going to be your left foot and your right foot free kick takers. Those 2 guys are the men that send these balls in routinely, and they are very good at it. We're going to see who comes in. The sun behind them. Can they go right at the keeper and force a sun ball here? Majsinic sends it in. Header is going to be headed out, won by Krško. Nice ball into the middle, though. Dangerous looking ball, just didn't find the head of a man in red. Pokorn does a great job, wins the ball. Dobrovolec sends the ball forward. It's going to bounce off of one of the Krško players, forces the keeper to have to pick it up. As Dobrovolec with a nice job And lately, the Tabor defenders adding to the offensive production. We saw it yesterday, or excuse me, we saw it last week. We saw it on Wednesday, and we've seen it today. And boy, when those defenders are able to start getting involved and force you to have to come out on them or cover them, it leaves guys like Krapukin one-on-one, and that's when you win those major battles. Pokorn trying to step out. A nice move back to the inside. Boy, good job by Zekrajcek. And now down to the near side. Step over, move to the outside. Kreintz is going to knock it away from Sershin. Sershin with some fancy footwork, but Kreintz, unaltered, goes down, knocks the ball out for a throw. And so Sershin looking for where he's going to throw this ball. Trying to get a little bit further down into the box. Header by Dobrovolts. And off of Pokorn, and another throw. We're going to move it a little bit further away from that inline. Flicked on. They were trying to get it right back to Sershin as Kreintz is going to send it way forward. Krapukin off and running, putting pressure. And now here comes Barutza. So here comes Tabor. Tabor, boy, they were all the way down in their own end. They're going to move the pressure all the way back up to the attacking third, win the ball back right at midfield. Oh, a nice step in from Krapukin. Boy, it just gets knocked away, but one back by Tabor, and then Tabor is going to win a foul right at midfield. Boy, as Tabor keep going down hard at midfield, they're doing a good job playing a wide open game, forcing Krško to always be one step behind. Briški gets taken out pretty hard with the hip check. I know we're only 28 minutes in. Some of these midfield tackles, though, that are coming in late, I feel like we're going to start seeing some yellows coming Krško's way. Of course, I say that, and for those of you that have been watching long enough, you'll realize that what will eventually happen is Tabor will make a tackle that maybe is similar, but they haven't made it. Here comes Krapukin. Krapukin, is he going to get around the corner again? Boy, takes the shoulder. Oh, boy, the official puts the whistle to his mouth and then waves it off, says no going. Really looks similar, as it looked like Krapukin was about to get around the corner and be one-on-one once again. Keeper's going to slip as he tries to come forward. It's going to go over to Tabor. Now Tabor in midfield. To give you another look here at the replay. I say, boy, bad timing for the replay as I go for this. Nice. So you see Krapukin comes around, and Krapukin shoulder to shoulder. Official says no go. And as now Tabor wins the ball back after some passing in midfield from Krško. I was keeping an eye on the game monitor while that poorly timed replay was up. Apologize for that. Not going to let you miss anything too important. Now Pokorn with a flick on. Boy, it looked like he expected Marinic to be coming across the pitch. Marinic wasn't, so going to be sent over, taken away by Krško. And now Krško trying to hang on to possession right at midfield. Šintić is going to win the foul. And then we're off and running once again. Ball one. Boy, just on the attacking third, coming around, trying to flick it up and over was Petkov. Now Marinic is out. Marinic flicks it in. Is he going to get under the bar? Headed away. Here's Krapukin. Krapukin with his second. Tabor with a 3-0 lead. As Krapukin finishes it off. Boy, a great run by Tabor. Tabor are off and rolling. Boy, and it starts off with the pressure that you see. Marinic puts on the initial pressure, and then in comes Petkov, steals it away. Barutza with the ball up forward to Petkov. Petkov can't quite get it over the keeper. Marinic goes to the outside, puts a ball in, and it hits off of the post. But Krapukin is where he's supposed to be, and he finishes it off. We talked about it. Once again, I remind you about the words of Ruud van Nistelrooy that Stanislav Krapukin sent to me on Wednesday night. Scoring is a lot like ketchup. Sometimes you wait and wait and it never comes out, and then it all comes at once. And Krapukin, his third goal of the season. Marinic with You'll forgive me. I'm not familiar if they're going to call that an assist or not. Here comes Barutza. Barutza takes the ball away, and then he's going to get taken down, and it's a penalty. Barutza wins the penalty. We've said it. I say we've said it. I've said it time and time again. Luka Barutza does the hard stuff. He's going to take the ball away in the difficult positions. He's going to get the hard fouls, and he did both of those. And now stepping up, is it going to be Krpukin? Is Krpukin going to get a chance for his hat trick? You would think, oh, here comes Mihail Brishki. As you see here comes the ball across, a heavy touch. Barutza's right there, and then Barutza goes down. And so Mihail Brishki sitting on 1 goal already. Tabor have 1 brace, so they're going to get a 2nd brace here. Brishki steps up as the keeper, Zalokar, in the goal. Which direction is everybody going to go? Tabor with a 3-0 lead. Can they make it 4-0? Brishki wiping the sweat off of his face. Brishki, a big step in and goes to the left and scores. Tabor with another goal. 4-0. Tabor on top, as Mihail Brishki with his 2nd goal. And for those of you that are doing math at home, that means that Tabor now 13 goals in their last 2 matches. As Tabor, boy, really starting to put the pressure on Krško. As we saw early on that Krško were handling the ball well. What we've seen since that 2nd goal now is I think Krško feeling the pressure. The touches have become a little bit heavier. The passes and the defense have gotten too stretched out. As Tabor with a 4-0 lead, and Krško looking to try to score something before half, see if they can build a little bit. And Kreinz is going to get whistled for a foul. Excuse me, I believe they're going to say, maybe he's pointing to Petkov. Petkov wasn't too happy about that, though, as everybody was going down, and really, he blew the whistle after probably the most innocent of all the contact on Kreinz. Really, the guy was going down before he even touched Kreinz. He kind of fell into Kreinz. Now here comes, boy, a nice ball back by Barutza. Here comes Krpukin. Krpukin is going to be joined by Marinic. Krpukin coming across, boy, he's physical battle. He's got to bounce it back. He bounces it out, excuse me, tries to get it back to Petkov running in. Just too many green shirts there by that time. And Brishki is going to go down and get stepped on from behind. The Krško player is going to check on him, but... And there's the yellow. Again, I'm wondering if that was going to show up. That first yellow is going to go to Stunya. So, Franz Stunya with the first yellow of the match and down 4-0. The yellows have started rolling. As Petkov going to get the ball started back on to Dobrovolts. And Dobrovolts and Pokorn passing back and forth a little bit. Long ball into Kreinz. Boy, a nice step over. And now Kreinz gets a good push right at the keeper and just bounces away. Thought that was going to bounce back to Krpukin. As Pokorn, boy, a one-timer back and forth. Now Barutza with the ball in the back. Barutza pulls it behind himself, goes all the way back to Dobrovolts. And Zeriali says, hey, I'd like to do something. Been a little bit since anybody said my name. So they go out. Petkov now bouncing back and forth, 35 minutes down. Still 10 minutes to go in the first half, already 4-0. Barutza to Pokorn. Pokorn out to Zulic. And Zulic forward to Majsinic. And really haven't talked about Majsinic too much lately. Everything has happened on the near side. Boy, a nice turn by Marinic. And the foul is... Marinic starting to look a little bit annoyed with some of these fouls. Got an interview with him coming up at half. Let me tell you, if you haven't heard from him or talked to him, I really encourage you to watch this interview at half. Talking to Josip Marinic was a lot of fun, as he's got some great viewpoints. He's also just a very relatable guy, and a guy that when you talk to him, he kind of exudes the confidence of having been there and done that. And so that's why when after I talked to him, I was very excited about what he was bringing to the team. And the more that we've seen him play, the more we understand. Marinic Deeks comes back. Mycinic sends it in, headed away. And they're going to send it right back to Mycinic, who tries to get it past a couple of lines. It's going to get kicked back by Krško player. But a heavy pass goes on to Zariali and goes forward as you see all the Tabor players retreating back into their defensive positions.
Je pa dejstvo, ne, da tudi Tabor Sežana najbrž ne bo skozi celoten prvi polčas oziroma tekmo napadala na vso moč.
As Krško goes down right at midfield. And we're off and running once again. So this is kind of the point in a match, and for those of you that have been a part of any sporting event. So it could be football, it could be another sport, basketball, baseball, volleyball. And how about a yellow coming in for, who's that going to be? Is that Mycinic? Yeah, so Mycinic is going to get a yellow as the Krško player is down. Boy, really limping. Took a step, man. Those molded boots really hurt when, because for those of you that have worn or seen a football boot, there's not much material on top, so it's not really for protection at all. As a ball forward and a nice save by Zariali, a good run forward off of the set piece. Zariali comes out and keeps the clean sheet for the moment. Krško now trying to move forward. Krško going to back it out as going to get a little bit of a run up, flicks it straight on, but the header goes away. Backline steps up onto the positive side of the field, trying to move forward down the side, headed away. And boy, it just feels like there's more red shirts out there than green shirts at the moment. As Krško thinking that Tabor currently playing defense with about 13 men. Petkov just gets the ball out of danger, flicks it forward, and going down, slipping play is almost dangerous right there. That's going to be number 25, Zuljevic. Defender Zuljevic slips and goes down, kind of has to restart everything, lose a little bit of that forward momentum because of that. And now back and forth, Krapukin trying to put some pressure on the defense. Here comes Marinic. And the ball goes to the top. A little bit of open space now, trying to find some room to run. Sershin gets some space. Now they're going to come back to the near side. And good space in the middle. Some good passing to this point from Krško. Kicked away as cleared well by Petkov. And Petkov goes down hard. As Petkov, a fearless midfield player, as he will go into difficult challenges. And so Petkov a lot of times will go down very hard. But he's up and moving. A little bit of a limp, but good to see him up and moving again. You can see Brisky. Brisky was telling all of the Tabor players, hey, let's move out. We keep dropping deeper and deeper. So Zariali is going to pick up the ball after a little bit of pressure. And he's going to get things started off once again. Tabor moving to the far side, out in the sun, the shade at the near side. Mycinic trying to get a return ball. Stepping in front is going to be the big defender. I believe that's Zekarajšek on the far side. There's a ball forward from Krško. Heavy touch right in the middle. That touch is going to come off of Nadarevic. Now ball back is sent forward to Barutza. Barutza forward off of the Krško player, and a goal for Luka Barutza. And Barutza puts the 5th goal of the match in the back of the net. We've still got time to play in the first half, and Luka Barutza. Boy, taking a look at the replay, you see the ball forward. Here's the heavy bounce off. So going to be one back by Tabor. And then the pass backwards gets to Krapukin. An errant pass, Krapukin to Barutza, and then Barutza, hey, you know what? Just sometimes you just got to give it some pace right between the legs. It's going to bounce off the back heel of the defender. I believe that's Sershin. And Luka Barutza with a goal. So Barutza now is responsible for 2 goals. as he earned the penalty for the 4-0 lead, or that eventually led to the 4-0 lead, and then puts in the 5th goal as Tabor continuing to put pressure forward. I'll tell you what, Tabor say we may not be playing Illyria right now, but we're going to take back that top spot by goal differential. And you better believe that those defenders, and really everyone on the pitch, but those defenders in Zeriali are they are proud of clean sheets. So nobody exactly is going to be letting up on the gas of keeping the ball out of the back of the Tabor net. There's a Krško player shoulder to shoulder, and he goes down really hard. As we'll kind of take a look at the last couple moments of play as Krško trying to get it forward, and you see Marinic comes forward, and really the impact was heavy for the Krško player, mainly because he didn't see Marinic coming, but shoulder to shoulder, a clean play. And ball sent out to Zulic. Trying to pass it out, a nice job, taking a ball away on the interception from Krško, and then taken back by Pokorn. A little bit back and forth. Briški sends the ball forward, and there's some space in the middle. They're going to drop it back to Barutza, though. Barutza is going to get a push in the back, and looks like he's holding his ankle. Might have got stepped on a little bit, and it is genuinely one of the concerns here. 5-0, Tabor, and really what it is, it's just been hard play. That it's nothing outside of the ordinary play from Tabor that have led to a 5-0 lead. Another foul. Boy, and you really, it's where you start to get concerned about the frustration from players. You know, Krško, to this point, 1 win, 1 draw. Knew that it was going to be a difficult match coming in, but hopefully everyone continues to stay healthy as never want to talk about the fact that just the official may need to start pulling out some yellows as things get a little chippy and some of the tackles get a little heavier. And going down again, boy, we've seen several players slip on the pitch, and Petkov's going to get called as Petkov got that hand up around the shoulder of Zekrajšek. So Zekrajšek, after slipping once again, I believe we talked about Zekrajšek slipping a couple of times, maybe getting outside the center of balance. You start getting your weight outside your center of gravity, and you're asking those boots where there's not as much grip on the outside of the boots, you're asking them to hold on to grass that they just don't have the ability to hold on to. Start seeing guys go down. Zeriali clears the ball away, and Krško dribbling sends it forward, trying to get it in. And officials going to say, Dobrovolec are going to say that's just incidental contact. And now the blown whistle. Marinic not happy, as Marinic was wanting to play advantage. They're going to bring the foul back to the spot where it happened. As Briški's going to reset it and take a look around. 30 seconds left in regular time. 5 goals and a couple of stoppages for some injuries. Short stoppages, not long. Nobody had to be brought off, but probably going to wind up having 3 or 4 minutes of extra time here. Marinic trying to go with the back heel over to Barutza, but kicks it right into the Krško player. Barutza is going to wind up with it at his chest anyway, as he's going to get pulled around by Zekrajšek and wins the free kick. And Marinic goes quickly. The camera not even ready for it. As they're going to go ahead and blow the whistle. No added time. They're going to say 5-0's enough. 5-0. How about a brace from Briški, a brace from Krapukin, and a goal from Barutza already? Hey, we've still got 45 minutes to play. Stick around for our halftime interview coming right up. Well, welcome back as we get a chance to talk to another new Tabor team member in Josip Marnic. Josip, first off, what brought you to Tabor?
I play against Tabor a few times, and I like their playing style.
Mhm.
I like how they play. I think I can play like that too.
Yeah.
You know, I can. How do I say? Um,
I get it.
lost the words.
When English isn't your first language,
Yeah.
trying with somebody who talks as fast as I do, I know it speeds you up a little bit. So
Yeah, but that's the. I just can't go with the team. I don't know how to say. To get involved, to
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah. No, so when you make the decision and you come here, you've only been here for about a week. How are you feeling about the team right now, though?
It's so good. It's so good. I like players. I like team. I like everything about Sejana.
Mhm.
It's good weather. It's everything is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, playing against Tabor before, I know that not a lot surprised you. Is there anything that surprises you about the club, though? Anything, man? Maybe the staff, maybe the town. But did you got here and you're like, wow, I really like that, and I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I like how's everything prepared. I like how staff is doing trainings. I like trainings. I like everything about that.
Yeah.
About football, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't meet the city.
Uh-huh.
You say I was only 1 week here,
Mhm.
so I didn't get a chance to go to see everything. But I will.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now you're from Croatia.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your journey from Croatia. I know it's not far, but what brought you to professional football now here at Tabor? Starting in Croatia, growing up there. How do you wind up here?
Yeah, I got a call from a team from the now first league Brinje Grosuplje.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Brinje, I play 1 season there. Then Nafta called me.
Mhm.
I go to Nafta, and then Sejana called me.
Yeah.
And I get up here.
Yeah.
You never expect that, but that's life. That's football life. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, obviously Tabor, they want promotion, and they're not quiet about it. This is their goal. It's not just to play football; it's to play and to win. What is that like? So you join a team that wants to promote. What is that like being on that team?
It's great. I like last year I was in AFTA. We promote in the first league, and you're working with the players who want to go, who doing the maximum. Then they're getting maximum out of you. And I like that. I like Sejana. Sejana is club who deserve to play in the first league, and it's their place to be in the first league.
Yeah.
They have everything, circumstances as everything for the first league.
Yeah.
So we will make everything to make that happen, and I think this is the year.
Yeah. So obviously you have experience with NAFTA and experience in a season that you wind up being promoted.
Yeah.
How does that help you help maybe some players that have never been through that? How can you help them through that pressure? Because it is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I think you just need to be relaxed. It's not good to have so much pressure. You just need to be relaxed, give your maximum, and every game is important. Even if you play with the first or the last one, every point count. Everything is important for the promotion. So that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's turn to Josip, the footballer. Tell me a little bit about how you view yourself on the pitch as a footballer. What do you feel like you do well? What do you really love to do?
Yeah, I'm playing in midfield. I'm center midfield, and I like to play to have the ball all time in my legs.
Yeah.
I like sometimes to dribble. Nutmeg. I like nutmegs.
We all love nutmeg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who don't like nutmegs? I love to play for the fans.
Yeah.
When fans love you, that's very, very good. And you feel motivate. You feel you don't feel pressure.
Yeah.
You feel like you are important. And it's all on you.
Yeah.
I like that pressure.
Yeah.
If we call that pressure.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So you talk about you being in the midfield. You like having the ball at your feet.
Yeah.
would you rather get the assist or the goal? Would you rather be the one passing to get the goal or get the goal yourself?
Uh, it's same for me.
Same.
But maybe the goal. Maybe the
Yeah.
goal is it's what counts the most. You know what is decide the games.
That's right. Yeah.
But I'm midfield player, so assist for me is
Oh yeah.
very good also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you living in town?
Yeah, I'm living.
Okay. Are you living by yourself? Living with somebody else?
Yeah, I'm living by myself now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So how far? It's one of the things that I love about Sajana is nothing's too far from
Everything
here.
is close.
Yeah. How far are you living?
I'm 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
5 minutes from here. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's so good. Yeah.
So when did I mean, obviously, I mean, did you move here just a week ago? I mean, did you just get here? Have you been here for a couple of weeks?
No, just week ago.
Uh-huh.
I never been in Sejan. I only play football and only that, you know.
Mhm.
So I need to get a chance now to meet the city and to go look around. A little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, yeah, because you talked about playing for the fans, and so it sounds like being a part of the community is important to you.
Of course, of course. Fans are everything in football, you know.
Yeah.
Without fans, football is not football.
Yeah.
You know. So you play for the fans, for the club. You do.
So what's your you score a goal? What's your celebration? What do you go to?
I don't have a celebration like something like Ronaldo. I have every goal is something different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's how I feel. It's
Yeah.
what comes to mind. You know.
You sound like the type of guy though that you want to celebrate by running over as close to the fans as you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah. That's it.
That's usually so right over here in this corner. There's always a lot of fans. And
Yeah.
There's a lot of celebrations. I feel like we're going to see you in that corner a lot this season.
I hope so. I hope so.
Absolutely. Okay, so last question for you. It's the last game of the season. We score and we get promoted. We get automatic promotion with the goal. 89th minute, you've got the ball at your feet. How are you going to score that goal? Tell me, dream scenario, set it up for me how you score the goal.
It's from far away.
Okay.
I like that goals. It's from far away and in top bins.
Okay.
That's my
Top
I prefer that.
top bins from outside the 18, huh?
Yeah, of course.
That's it. That's it. Left foot, right foot. Which one are you going to go to?
Right foot.
Right foot.
But if I'm right-footed,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
if I can score with left foot, I don't mind.
Oh yeah, either way.
Yeah, it's better than
Uh-huh.
if left, but
Yeah.
I'm right-footed.
Oh man. Okay, so are you running all the way across the 18? Are you attacking straight ahead and then getting to your right foot? Which one you like more?
Straight away.
Straight away?
Straight away and shoot, and that's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, looking forward to that goal, man. We'll certainly be here celebrating with you. And I tell you what, listen, if you score that goal in the 89th minute to get promotion, you run over here to this corner, and I'm gonna hop this wall, and I'm gonna be celebrating down there with
Okay.
you. So
We have agreement.
yeah, we have an agreement. So, ladies and gentlemen, hey, so Josip, man, cheer for him, get to know him as he's going to be involved a lot this year, and we look forward to talking to you even more in the future.
See you guys.
almost back from half, and we've got one change from Krško, as on is going to be number 6, Tijan Midic. We'll see where he's going to be. Looks like he's actually in a defensive position. So we'll take a look as yeah, he's playing. So Midic is playing one of those back 3 positions. And so Tabor off and running again. They've already taken the ball back. Pokorn's going to go all the way back to Briški. Briški down to Zulic. 5-0 already. Down to the near side. Nice move inside to Barutza. Barutza gets back to Krpukin. Krpukin is going to be rejected up and over. And oh my goodness, Marinic with a rocket. Goes to the bottom near post, and a great save from the keeper is the only thing that keeps that out. Boy, as Marinic came running in and just almost certain that he was going to wind up scoring that goal. As we will hang on to that replay and show you in just a moment, as a corner comes in, header goes away, and Krško going to wind up being able to clear it. Trying to turn the corner and can't quite get there. Going to be a throw-in for Tabor. Dobrovolec is going to give way to Kreitz. Show you the replay here as oh, you'll forgive me, I hit the wrong button. And so look, I'm still riding the high from the first half, so the wrong button there, and we'll take a look at it again eventually. Though, as we got a corner, and Tabor going to take plenty of time. So while they're taking their time, we'll go ahead and show this to you now. Is a nice move by Barutza. Barutza gets down the side. You see, as Krpukin, the ball gets bounced away, and then here comes Marinic, and just a great save. Corner comes in swinger, up and headed away by Krško, as Tabor were just a little bit further in front. And Kreitz is going to take just a rocket, or excuse me, Petkov, poor Petkov, going down hard again. Takes a shoulder right to the spine. He's going to drop. As Marinic and Majsinic, the left footer and the right footer. Who's going to take this one? Marinic sends it forward, and going down in the box, it winds up bouncing around. Dobrovolec goes down in the box. As the green jerseys of Krško trying to go back the other way. Kreitz is going to get called for a foul incidental contact. Still down, though, as you're running opposite directions. You get those feet caught. It doesn't feel good. Feet, not exactly a protected area of the body. We were talking about the boots earlier, but boy, just the way that all the exposed bones of your foot, you wind up hitting that with somebody, and boy, trying to get on to the scoreboard, and coming in as Krško just going to miss wide. Boy, a nice run coming in, as that's going to be Sershin. Sershin tries to get it across and just couldn't quite, as the pass coming in from Stunya to Sershin, and Krško with a little bit of momentum here. Looked like Tabor might have been on the verge of giving up their first goal of the season and just outside. And really, it's the first great attempt that Krško have had. Is a nice break, gets them down the side, and they get good positioning. Tabor will take the break and keep them out of the goal. As now Krško on the near side. Krško trying to get back in. Marinic steps up, ball hits off of him, and now Majsinic. Majsinic is going to move to the outside and just clears it, trying to break a couple of lanes, can't quite get there. Zulic and, Dobrovolec and Pokorn go front and back just inside the 18, wind up getting the ball away. Now Krško going to pass it all the way back to the keeper. You see not sure the Shadows are going to make it all the way across the pitch by the end of this match. Made it halfway to this point. Krško really wanting to push forward heavy. And Tabor going to try to hold firm, see if they can hang on to their clean sheets. That ball's going to be sent high in the air towards the back post. Going to be too far, though. Just going to be walled off, and a nice job from Tabor ensuring that ball's going to go out for a goal kick. Zeriali is going to retrieve the ball from one of the ball boys. As the three ball boys hanging out there, lounging behind the net. I'll tell you, not a bad way to live life. Hanging out behind the net at a professional football match. Ball's going to get sent forward, looking for Picorn. Intercepted, though, and so now turning. And a little interesting there is a quick, maybe expecting, I don't want to say shot. It was, I mean, he hit it hard. I think he might have been expecting the wing at the top to be coming in, looking to be attacking the net. Didn't quite get there, though, as Zeriali is going to send the ball forward. Heavy press up high from Krško. Barutza is going to get bumped off of the pursuit. And Krško back in control once again. So 6 minutes in, Krško basically have had most of it. The best chance, though, coming from Tabor. Aside from that, Krško getting forward. I say that. They've each had a really great chance. Oh, boy. Who's that holding his leg behind the play? As he's still down, Krško's going to come forward. They send the ball forward. That's Majsinic. So Majsinic holding his leg, and well, he went down immediately and went straight to the knee. That's not what you want to see. As he's got both hands on his face right now. Are they going to look over to the trainer? The official is just saying, hang on. As they're going to help him up. Majsinic is going to flex the knee a little bit. So it looks like as he's talking to Pierce, looks like he's saying he kind of put his foot in the ground and kind of got jarred. That's always a tough feeling when your knee locks out. When you put your foot in the ground, the knee locks out and it just kind of jars your whole body. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Could see probably about the 60-minute mark, starting to see some substitutions for Tabor, trying to keep fresh legs throughout the season. As they played on Wednesday, had a lot of substitutions on Wednesday, and then they don't play this Wednesday, but I believe they play next week for another Slovenian Cup match. So trying to progress in the Slovenian Cup, but also really pushing for promotion. Want to use that deep bench that they have created. Barutza moves to the outside, and Barutza goes down as Barutza's hurting too. He gets stepped on, and a foul and a free kick. And actually, that's going to be a yellow. Barutza gets stepped on from behind. So the second yellow of the game to Krško, and hopefully Barutza's okay as well. So Barutza's going to get all the grass out of his shirt because he went, just face first into the ground. Slid for a couple of feet here. As you see, he gets stepped on from behind. And then, oh boy, no saving yourself there. Marinic and Majsinic back behind the ball. Long shadows as it gets to the evening. Official giving instructions to the wall. As Marinic would love to get a goal. He's had a couple of really good looks. Hadn't quite put it in the back of the net just yet. Looking for it here. Run from Kreintz. They're going to go with the left footer in. Header is going to go up and away. Barutza's at the back post. Header gets away from him. As he's going to turn the corner now. Barutza face-to-face with the defender. Backs off and around. He's trying to, honestly, I think he's trying to win the corner here. Nice job from Petkov. Petkov gets it to Brisky. Brisky goes to the outside, tries to send the ball to the net, gets rejected. Barutza now in control. Barutza going to get around. Boy, it looked like he was going to get around the corner. He's got to back off. Petkov, a nice move from Petkov back to Barutza. Barutza back to the inside. And too high from Zulic. Boy, Zulic tries to go with the inside of the left foot, just gets up underneath it. I bet that ball might have hopped up just a little bit on him as he was swinging that leg. Zulic said, hey, I'll get in on the scoring action. I've got two goals myself this season. Ten minutes down. Krško trying to move forward. Nice move on the near side from Šintić. He's going to back it off and back to him. Now moving around, he's got, boy, right on his back is Marinic. Marinic forces the ball back and away, and so Krško's going to try it from the top side this time. Moves to the edge. Krajins gets to the side. Nice job by Krajins closing down. Petkov coming out, as does Pokorn. Well, that's a couple of really good central defenders, or excuse me, central midfielders right there. Header away is going to be taken back by Krško, and Krško's just going to drop it all the way back to Zalokar, the keeper. So they're going to recycle possession once again. They're going to go back to the top. Rejected quickly. Pokorn trying to get there. Boy, he's physical battle back and forth with Sekrajšek. The ball eventually is going to get all the way to Zariali. He's going to take it off of the chest, force one of the Krško players to come towards him, and picks it up. As Tabor not in full time-wasting mode yet, but well, there comes a point where, you know, you just kind of slow played a 5-0 game. You're just kind of trying to take the time that you need to take and not rush anything. A ball taken away from Barutza by Mitic, the new player that's in. Boy, nice job by Majsenic. Majsenic takes that ball away, forces the defender to back off. Then coming across the middle, Marinic goes down hard. Pokorn out looking for Krajins. Krajins on his horse, trying to get there. A nice job. Krajins has some space. Krapukin's in front of him, going back to Petkov, actually, and just a little bit slow. Petkov takes the ball away. Oh, boy, they're going to call Petkov for the foul. Petkov's wondering what happened because he's got the ball. As Petkov is pointing at the ball. And a nice offensive move. Boy, as you see this move up to Krajins, and a really nice play to Krajins. Krapukin running forward. Petkov is behind him. And there's the foul. And back to live now is Pokorn over the ball. Pokorn's going to get closed down by two defenders. Boy, and also he uses the official and walls off that third. Here's Barutza. Can Barutza get his second of the day? Barutza gets rejected. Oh, man, as Barutza goes with the left foot, trying to get it down to the keeper's left. The keeper gets to ground quickly enough and prevents it. Now Krapukin's back on the ball. Krapukin, a step over, gets it out. Marinic goes hard to the post and knocked away. Barutza now. Barutza over the middle. Barutza is going to get blocked by one of the defenders. Krapukin tries to get it back in, and they're going to call a foul, as I think they're saying offside on Krapukin. Boy, as you see the ball just, let me back it up just a little bit for you. There's a nice play forward. Pokorn here he utilizes the official. And then into Barutza. Barutza's got some space on his left foot, as the keeper does a nice job getting to ground. And it gets taken away really quickly and moves on to Krapukin. Krapukin gets it to Marinic, and Marinic tries to go right past a rocket. And a nice job by the keeper. If the keeper is not able to get down to that, that is in the back of the net. Almost at the 60-minute mark, still about 30 minutes to play. Krško win a free kick just, I say just outside the 18, way outside the 18. 2 men in the wall. Krško up on the, lots of men on the 18 running forward. Header is going to get all the way back to the back of the line. See who that is on the ball. I believe that's Barutza that was on the ball. Krapukin now trying to get it forward to Pokorn. Ball's bouncing around in midfield as ball still in contention. And I think for about 6 seconds there, the ball got to everyone, green or red shirt, really heavy. And they weren't expecting it, and so then the ball would hit hard off of them. It would go hard somewhere else. Barutza gets just rocked in the back, as standing over him is Šintić. As we're going to get a couple of substitutions. Now, how about a three-way substitution for Tabor? That's going to be Tomislav Laden, Medic Slachik, and welcome to Tabor to Luka Mlakar. So Tomislav Laden on in the midfield. Mlakar and Slachik. Slachik's going to be on the outside. It'll be exciting to see as Mlakar, one of the first division signings that just recently signed with Tabor. An exciting moment for Tabor as they're continuing to add to that attacking presence. So Majsinic is going to get relieved, as does Krapukin. And Marinic. I believe it was Marinic. I was looking down at the substitutions, making sure. So if I'm incorrect about some of these subs, I do apologize. Ball forward, headed away and back into midfield. As Laden with a nice move. With a header into the defensive back line of Tabor by Laden. A nice job from Laden. Laden, you saw as he was coming in, he realized he was about to get up underneath the Krško player that was going for a header, so he backed off. Really smart move from him. That could be a really dangerous play. At the very least, earn him a card, if not get somebody seriously injured. Oh boy, going down. Is that Kreintz? Kreintz trying to make the turn. I think he got stepped on as he makes the turn. He goes down. Zulic with the header. There's Dobrovolec and Zulic here on the... Is that? Take a look at who that is. We're going to get another substitution, see who's coming in for what team. Is Krško sending a player off, so looks like we're going to get a substitution for Krško. I have no chance at this name as Aljaz Idashek. So Idashek comes in. Idashek coming in, trying to find a way to put a notch on the board for Krško with less than 30 minutes to play. As Mlakar gets the ball to the outside. Here's Kreintz. Kreintz with Laden and Mlakar in front of him. Here's Laden. Laden comes back towards the 18. Kreintz looks. Kreintz, boy, starts to try to send the ball in. Laden looks in, sends a high ball into the back post. Slachik is back there. Slachik goes for the high kick and winds up actually catching one of the Krško players. As Medic Slachik. Slachik with 2 goals on Wednesday, had a nice day himself. And they're going to call for the physio. As boy, anytime you take a kick, especially from men that train to kick for a living, taking a kick is not going to be a pleasant experience. That's going to be Nick Pierce on the side of the pitch. So they're going to tell him to stay off. They're going to get play started. It'd be interesting to see. One of the things that you know, as they were starting that run of play, watch Mlakar. Mlakar was moving. It would be interesting to see his speed when he really opens it up, as he looked like he was really moving well. Here's Mlakar. Mlakar trying to control at his feet, as he's got a player on his back taken away, and now getting the ball to the outside. Dobrovolec tries to get in front, can't quite get there. And down along the side, going to be a corner off of Dobrovolec. So Dobrovolec does a good job getting there. Tried to get in front, couldn't quite, as a nice job. And when he turns around, I'll try and let you know who the Krško player was that got to the outside, because a really good job to make sure he stayed in front. As he's going to come back. So is that number 11, I believe, Sershin. So Sershin has had a couple of opportunities. Low ball in. The header is going to go all the way up over the goal from Krško. And Tabor now will have a goal kick as we're going to get another substitution. We'll see who comes in this time. As we're going to have Genesis come on. Genesis with 3 goals on the season. He's going to take over for probably Barutza. Didn't quite get a great look at who that was coming off. I believe it's going to be Barutza, though. So Genesis with 3 goals to his name on the pitch. And let me tell you, with what I saw from Malakar and what I know of Genesis, the speed here up top could be a little difficult for Krško, as now Malakar trying to run that ball down, couldn't quite get there. So Laden, Genesis, and Malakar are going to be your 3 main attackers. As that grouping of men trying to get on the pitch to score all the goals is getting a little tough. Here comes Genesis. Genesis trying to get to the outside. He's shoulder to shoulder. Genesis, can he get an outrun? He's got to back off. Tries to touch it back behind him. Don't think he realized that there was a defender following. So Genesis winds up in a 2-on-1 situation. Now the ball coming forward. Brischke sticks the leg out, wins the ball as the Krško player goes down. And now trying to get to the outside, going down hard is Laden. And a ball sent forward is going to go way up and over for a goal kick. And that was Shintic. So Shintic falling over as he was trying to make the kick. Ball bounces up a little bit, hits him high on that foot and goes way up in the air. As it looks like we're going to have another substitution. I saw the assistant referee trotting down towards the side. So I hear the PA announcer making an announcement, and I almost wonder if it's, so coming off, it's going to be a Krško substitution. As you see the Krško player up top walking off, he's disappointed. We're going to see if we can figure out who came onto the pitch for Krško. We'll let you know as quickly as we can if we see it, as that ball is going to get sent forward. I think the cameraman is also well aware that it is 5-0, and he's trying to plan out the rest of his evening. Is the camera getting a little bit slow now itself? But Krško is trying to maintain a little bit of possession in the back end and find some gaps to be able to build through at the moment. Tabor with some fresh legs up front. Ball's going to get kicked on to the back of the 18, trying to run it down and able to get there, but they got to turn around, not able to keep that momentum going. There's a heavy touch going to go past, and Laden trying to spin out, loses the ball. So Laden now back in defense. Slachik tries to reach out and grab, can't quite. As Minic looking to send the ball in, not going to be able to get there, getting around the corner. Nice play, and then going to drop it back out to Jabrajsek. Now Krško trying to find a way to get in, but they just can't quite get in there, so they keep passing the ball around. Eventually, Tabor able to take it away. Krško just unable to find a way. They kept playing that 3-man game back and forth, and Tabor just stayed consistent. And every time it looked like Krško had an opening, they weren't able to take it and take advantage of it. There's now more slipping down here on the near side. You wonder if maybe there's some dew showing up in the shade, as we've seen some slipping. Laden going across. Tabor have some numbers forward. Kreintz now on the far side. Kreintz pulls back, tries to get it to Laden. Laden sticks his foot out. Genesis with the ball at his feet. Genesis backs out down to Malakar. Malakar swings, and boy, it just kind of hits a portion of the ball as it rolls to the near post. Malakar didn't catch all of that one. Would love to see Malakar with his first goal of the season in his first appearance. But a nice run forward from Tabor. after playing some heavy defense for a little bit. "20 minutes remaining up in this matchup. Tabor up 5-0. As we're getting to see a new face in Mlakar. Laden pushes the defender over, puts his hands up saying, "I didn't do anything," as the official doesn't believe him. And right now, I would say the closest thing that we've talked about that I think the tension is really building is whether or not the shadow reaches the far line or not before the end of the game. 20 minutes remaining. That shadow has creeped much quicker than it was earlier. Marinic in the game. So I thought Marinic had come out of the game. So Marinic still in the game. So you'll forgive me for saying that he had come out. I'm wondering maybe if it was Petkov that had come out. And I really apologize sometimes that I get these substitutions wrong. I'm seeing what you're seeing. One of these days, whenever somebody pays for me to move over to Slovenia and be the full-time broadcaster for Tabor, I'll be there and I'll give you guys everything. You will have all of the access. Sejana has become about my favorite place on the face of the earth. Really enjoy being there, enjoy being in Slovenia, enjoy the people. And Zulic moving forward. Look at the big man opening up the stride. He's going to send it forward now as Slotchik sends it back to Zulic. Zulic says, "Put me up from up top." Spins it back, brings it as the pass just a little bit short. Fighting for it is Laden. A nice job from Tomislav Laden. Marinic now in the back as he's going to take the spot of Zulic on that back line. Brishki back to Marinic. Now Marinic going to look to try to run the offense from his spot. Zulic to Marinic, and now Tabor with some short passes, just trying to hold on to some possession and allow the clock to tick a little bit. Dobrovolec moves to the inside, out to Pokorn. Nice job, one touch to Pokorn, into Genesis. Genesis out to, I believe, Laden. Laden, boy, had the sun in his face, couldn't see anything. Shields his eyes and then has to back off from it a little bit. He's trying to come over, a heavy touch, and ball back towards the middle in Krško. Now Krško move the ball forward. Zulic is just going to pass it all the way back to Brishki, and Brishki gets it back into the midfield. Marinic coming forward. Marinic out to Slotchik. And Tabor just playing keep away at the moment. Hey, is this where we start the Olays, I believe? Learned that in the World Cup. Olay! Olay! And Tabor win another ball back. Looked like Krško were going to win that ball back. Tabor have it. It's Pokorn out to Dobrovolec. Genesis back to Dobrovolec. Dobrovolec coming forward. Dobrovolec with the overlap. Oh, hey, but you know what? In a 5-0 game, when the big man makes the overlap, you got to give it to the big man. As they're going to go forward now, Dobrovolec on the outside. He's looking to send the ball across. Low ball's going to get headed away. Pokorn is there. Pokorn with a nice flick over, cheeky flick over. Mlakar moves down to the line. Mlakar looking for somewhere to go and back. And how about the goal from Jan Kreinz? As Kreinz joins the scoring, he's got 3 on the season now. Set up by Mlakar's run, does a great job getting down to the line. Comes in and has a nice solid shot that forces Krško to have to reject the shot, but reject it too heavily. And it sets up Kreinz. Well, you see here, Mlakar gets to the edge, comes in and puts the shot on goal, forces the rejection. Kreinz is right there waiting. And you know what? I want to back that up just a little bit so you can take a look at Mlakar's run in, as that did as much as anything, and a really nice job from Pokorn. So the ball from Dobrovolec gets rejected, and Pokorn right here, this is a nice play as he flicks it up over the defender, and then a nice play to Mlakar. Mlakar, boy, turns on the jets, gets around the corner, And then the nice play sets up Kreintz. Kreintz puts the ball in the back of the net. And 6 goals on the day now for Tabor. Errant pass gets away. Krško now with an opportunity. Krško have the ball, boy, sent away. They were looking for a penalty, didn't get there. The official says no go. That ball just goes to the outside as a big swing. I believe that was Zekrajšek with the big swing. A couple of feet to the other side and probably goes right in that side netting. Tabor hold on to the clean sheet at the moment. Zulic gets things started off. Press coming. And now Zulic in control and just outside of Marinic. So now another opportunity. That ball goes to the corner once again, and a goal kick. As that's going to be number 21, Adajcek. So Adajcek trying to get his team on the board. Couldn't quite get there, though. Zeriali dives to his right, and the ball just goes outside of the post. Zeriali goes the other direction this time. Up to Marinic. Marinic to Genesis, and Genesis comes back down to Kreintz, who's looking for Malakar over the middle. Malakar says, hey, we've scored 6. Can I add the 7th here? As now 15 goals in the last 2 matches for Tabor. And right now, the scoring difference between Tabor and their opponents is quite impressive. 19 goals scored, 0 goals allowed. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if that keeps up, we're going to have a good season. I would go ahead and call it the most magical season of all time if this pace continues. Right now, we're on pace to give up 0 goals during the season. That would be a record. 13 minutes remaining. And we're going to get another substitution. Zulic is going to come off. I bet you we're going to see Ludic on for Zulic. Oh, no, excuse me. As we're going to get Luka Tomasic. So Luka Tomasic steps on for Zulic. So Tomasic is going to log some minutes here in the back line for Tabor. Ball bounced around in contention. Sent out. Genesis looking to get on it. Going to be just knocked away from Genesis. And Krško going to drop the ball back as Lokar and Laden try to put some pressure on that back line. Boy, rejected heavily and now going to get sent. Well, I thought they were going to go all the way back to the keeper. They drop it back off to Zuljevic. As now they go all the way back to Zalakar. And Zalakar just sends the ball forward, trying to find somebody in the midfield. It's kicked away. Brishki is going to be on the edge of that. Brishki is going to have to send it back to Zeriali, who just left foots it forward right up to the midfield stripe. Slotchik takes a push in the back, unable to get all the way up to the ball. And now a throw in for Tabor as that ball headed too far towards the benches. So Slotchik turns to Pokorn and now back to Brishki. As Brishki is going to get things started with Dobrovolec up at the top. Dobrovolec moving the ball forward. Kreintz. As the shadows have reached all the way across the pitch now. Kreintz still looking right into the sun on that far side. Zeriali sends it forward as a header back. Boy, Genesis, what great control from Genesis up to Malakar. Malakar's got a breakaway, one-on-one, cuts back over. He's going to get, oh boy, they're going to say the save was made. I thought for sure they were going to call the penalty. Oh man, as Malakar one-on-one tries to move down to the near side, Marinic is going to send the ball forward. It gets blocked by one of the defenders standing in his way. When Malakar on the move, how about a great save by the keeper? Genesis sends it forward. Zalakar just allows the ball to drift wide. Boy, as the Breakaway not to be for Tabor. Thought that we were going to see the first goal from Zalakar. As we see a great ball from Zeriali in and then back out. Genesis, how about the control from and again we see control from Genesis that starts a break. We saw that in Jesenice, now see it today as well. Marinic goes down asking for the foul. The official says play on, and so Tomasic in control, turns the ball around, gets the ball forward. Nice job getting it through two defenders. Tomasic now on the overlap. Tomasic trying to hold off a defender. Comes back to the inside. He's got his defender spinning in circles. Gets taken down from behind, and we continue to play on. Kreintz and Genesis, inside and outside on the defender. Genesis is going to take the ball away. Kreintz back out to Genesis, and Genesis looking for a way to advance the ball. As Tabor remain in possession, they get a lot of green shirts around them trying to work their way out. Dobrovolitz with the ball forward. And another break. Malakar troll boy trying to slip a ball up to Laden. Couldn't quite get there. Nice job defensively. Boy, Malakar with great vision, though, sends a nice ball forward. Eight minutes remaining in regular time. Doubt we'll see any added time. We didn't see any added in the first, and with a 6-0 lead, I think we're just going to get the whistle right at 90 minutes. As Krško moving down and in. Move the ball to the far side, switching fields, trying to attack from the top. Nice job by Genesis. Genesis comes out and prevents the move forward, forces the player to move right down the line, and the attempt goes high. It's Tabor moving to 3 wins on the season. Krško going to have a win, a draw, and a loss. Krško sends the ball high and over the bar, trying to catch Zeriali off his line. Going as quickly as they possibly can. Krško have had trouble getting into the 18 and really putting some quality shots inside the 18, so might as well try and get those shots off early. The Tabor defense has done a great job against Krško to this point. Genesis with a man on his back comes back towards the inside and rejected by the defender. They're going to say up and bounced off the defender's foot and then off Genesis' hand, so going to send it back the other way. The light's going to be in effect at Krško for just about the last 10 minutes of this match. The sun down behind the pitch now, completely in shade, as the track up top, the only thing that has just a little bit of sun left. Ball sent back across, bounced around. As Slachik up to Laden. Laden trying to get around the defender, bounces it away, tries to back heel it, and it's going to wind up going out as he can't quite catch the clean back heel. Didn't have many people with him, so if that ball didn't wind up turning towards the goal, it was going to be really tough on Laden, as he was going to have to do something really magical. A nice run for Laden, though, and it was a 6-0 lead. Not really going to be sending a ton of guys forward on a ball that gets away. Krško down the near side, though. Krško still battling, trying to get onto the board. Back across, ball high is going to get hit just outside the 6. Bounces at the 6. And taken away. Moved forward. Pecorn out to Genesis. Boy, just a little bit too far, though. Genesis trying to get there. It might have been Malakar actually on the turn. Foul's going to get called. Marinic moving through the midfield really well, moves to the outside. Defender comes up, winds up grabbing him as he comes across. Makes a stab at the ball with his foot and reaches out with that hand, pulls him back. And so with 5 minutes remaining, Tabor just waiting for the whistle and, quite frankly, probably going to play the ball back to the defender and just hold possession for a little bit. Briški to Dobrovolec. There's a lot of contention at midfield. Briški comes over, slides, knocks the ball away, trying to keep it in, unable to get there. And a throw in for Krško with just about 4 minutes remaining. Krško looking to, can they get on the scoreboard? Headed away by Briški once again. Briški maintaining the composure and concentration here in a 6-0 game. Malakar trying to get down the side, wins the throw, as it was Malakar on 3 green shirts. Tabor's next match comes on Friday. So another Friday game for Tabor, going to be an evening game. Hopefully have a big crowd in Sežana, support the fellas. For those of you that'll be watching that game, I won't be on that call. I've got a trip with the family that day. I was really hoping that game was not going to wind up being on a Friday, and of course they schedule it then. Hey, I'm always happy to have Tabor playing on national TV, though. Let's get some eyes on him. As the ball comes in, Zalakar's got to go down to the ground.
Eni bodo čim hitreje želeli pozabiti tale obračun, drugi bodo sicer ne bodo smeli poleteti za voljo te zmage preveč visoko, kajti hitro jih lahko kaj sklati na tla.
Krško at the top. A nice ball right out to the 18, but Slaček and Tomaszek do a good job forcing the ball back away from goal. Now trying to get around the edge. Can they get a cross in? Kreinz does, boy, a nice job from Kreinz. Kreinz has quietly had a great game today. I say quietly just because there's been a lot of not so quiet with 6 goals. Kreinz has just continued to do well in defense and in offense, creating good situations, and he added to that total with that 6th goal. So 2 goals for Briški, 2 goals for Krapuk, and 1 goal for Barutza, and 1 goal for Kreinz. As a banner day for NK Tabor. Slaček, I think, gets called for offside, and we'll get it started the other direction with just about 90 seconds remaining. Hey, that game on Friday against Brzice is Tabor facing off against them for the first time in the last couple of years. And Tabor, I believe this will move them to the top of the table with the goal differential. Well, off and running. So with just about a minute left, Laden has the ball in the middle of the pitch. He's got Genesis outside of him, gets the ball to Genesis, Malakar and Slaček in the middle. Genesis backs it away and goes to the middle of the pitch. Marinic back to Pekorn, and Pekorn drops it back to Dobrovolec. Dobrovolec sends a long ball in to the back post. Slaček with the header, and Tabor remains in possession. Back out. Are they going to get one more shot before the clock runs out? As Slaček sends the ball across, and Malakar, boy, a nice job with the back heel. So the ball behind himself, pulls it back, tries to get it back behind that heel. Keeper was there, and honestly, if the ball was about 3 feet one way or the other, I think that might slide in. But Tabor Still playing. So we got a little bit of extra time here. So few minutes going to be had in extra time as Krško with the ball at midfield. Tabor will wind up, if as long as they don't give up a goal here, Tabor will take over the top spot just on goal differential, as they'll have a plus 10. Illyria right now with a plus 9. And the throw goes to Krško. Genesis gets in there and knocks the ball away, winds up bouncing off of him. Disagrees with the official about which direction the throw is going to go. As there's the final whistle, and Tabor, with their third victory on the season, takes a 6-0 victory. Boy, I'm not sure how we're going to choose a man of the match for this one, as there are goals all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Kyle Shipp. It has been my absolute pleasure to be with you. As the next time we'll talk, I will see you at the Slovenian Cup match in a couple of weeks. Once again, if you got any questions, got any comments, would love to chat with you. You can reach out to me on Instagram. You've got my Instagram on the screen, LinkedIn, YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. Tabor with another victory as they move forward in the season. Ladies